Let's go ahead and turn that light. Does this deserve a cam? Does this just deserve like face cam? Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Stream over? No, stream back. We're back. What does my face look like today? Probably insane. Yeah, look at this lighting situation I got. Like I don't have the light over there anymore. All right, let me see if I can get just. We don't really need Twitch chat going for this. Let's get rid of that. Let's turn it into a hot tub stream. I'm just gonna go ahead and put myself down. You have anime protagonist bed hair. I know it's getting insane, dude. It's so long. Like, it is so long. I'm going to get it cut this weekend. Or Monday. I'm going to get it cut Monday. Let me go ahead and set up a screen region for this. You don't want to be in the hot tub? Too bad. Boop. There we go. There we go. Not time for the SawCon? No. We'll hold up on that. Why are you in a bathtub with a fucking shirt on? Put a hot tub within a hot tub? It's just excessive, isn't it? Alright. RevScarecrow. This is also with, these are the things that apparently come up if you search. That's interesting. Alright. I don't know anything about. Boy howdy, that's not right at all. Ooh, what the hell with the artifacting on that one? Homestuck. Alright. This is the first time I've seen Rev's face. I'm sorry. Alright, we'll do all of the ones that I know about. Let's watch this one first, just because this is the first one I thought of. And I think it links off to the other ones. Oh, I know about Funko now. Homestuck has destroyed more lives than weed ever has. While weed might make you do something like this. So I was thinking, man, what if God is a chick?
Oh my God.
I mean, it says he in the Bible, but a bunch of old dudes were the only people writing back in the day. So
I
what's to say
forgot
some
I
of those
made
old dudes
this.
weren't
What the
just writing
fuck?
Whatever shit they wanted God to say. I mean, he or she, man. Don't forget, God could totally be a she. She totally made God, man, fallible. Some
This
old
bit
dudes
went
could
on too
totally
long.
done that. But she didn't make the devil have free will. So what if Satan's just God's best disciple and is just doing his job, man? What if, man? I mean, why did God make the devil so much stronger than a man if she didn't intend for his influence to change what we think, man?
This bit was a little bit too long.
I'm just saying, and maybe what we think is just because the devil...
It's a boy!
Dude, what? No, man, we already went over this. She's a she. Homestuck will make you do this. Hey, baby. Let me tell you about Homestuck. Trust me when I say that joke look a lot better in my script. The point is that you can be a somewhat functional human being while high, though Homestuck makes basic tasks almost impossible. People have complained in the past that I make these videos without looking at the source of content at all, and I'm an asshole who's just shitting on things that other people like without giving it a fair chance. True. Although I'm not going to write on Homestuck this entire time, because much like everything else in this series, I haven't really experienced it much firsthand. I loved MS Paint Adventures partly because I love stupid comedy and noir fiction.
I forgot
because I
about
got into
that.
it right when Andrew Hussey started it. I loved the interactivity with his fan base, and I loved the tangential spins that it would go on. Makes sense, however, that at both the end of the MS Paint Adventures and the entirety of Homestuck, he would take full control over the comic, allowing him to have full creative control over what he felt like was the best idea for the story. I heard about Homestuck the way most people have, through a friend telling me it existed, and then the internet shitting out 1,000 things for me to sift through, like I'm Indiana Jones on the way to get to the Golden Idol at the end. I read all the way up to about the end of Act 1 or so, and it was at that point I started asking, how far behind am I in this? I should be getting close to the end, right? And then I stumbled across his GIF set. Yes, I pronounce it GIF. Fuck you. That explained that it was over 500,000 words long, which is 60,000 words less than Atlas Shrugged, which, by the way, if you're watching Ayn Rand, which I know you aren't because you're dead, thank fucking God.
Yeah!
If If I have the choice to read an unrealistic fantasy novel about sexually repressed people overcoming a perceived adversary, I'll stick to one with orcs. I'm looking at you, Gandalf. I've read better shit on fanfiction.net.
God, this is such a fucking
with better
good
Mary
video.
Sues than any of the ones that are in your shitty books. The point is that just like how I tried to read that piece of trash to figure out what all the hubbub was about and failed, I also failed to read all of Homestuck. You see, as a person with severe dyslexia, the idea of reading over 500,000 words in a poorly formatted chat log is about as appealing as eating a bowl of nails. So I stopped reading it, and before you ask, I know that it apparently gets better after the first act, but since the comic has continued to increase in word count, I'll be fucked if I ever try and read it again, but here are some things I do know about it. A nerdy kid named John Egbert sits down at his computer to talk to his friends who have recently found out about this game called Superb, which has the ability to influence reality. Turns out they fucking suck and fail immediately, which makes them destroy the world. GG, well played. Last time I saw someone complete something that quickly was at EGDQ. What, did you think I was gonna make a premature ejaculation joke? Y'all need to get your heads out of the gutter. Cocker spaniels are not a part of this story, but there are some dogs in it, which gets to a bit of the story that I don't really understand, which is the family trees of any of the fucking characters, because this world
having read
somehow
this, I still
restarts the
don't.
game or something, and they try and do it right this time, except for instead of doing that, they become their own grandparents and talk about the insane clown posse. On a related note, let's talk about character design for a second, because I'm not gonna even try and get anyone's names right. That's what happens when you inbreed to the point that you are your own grandmother or grandfather. You look exactly the same as everyone else in your family, because you are your own family. It's fucking weird, and you can't tell me otherwise. The main characters are the Eggman, Dave Strider, this narcoleptic cat chick, and this goth chick. Eggs is a nerd. Dave Strider is trying too hard to be a cool hipster, and I've been informed that anyone who cosplays as him is a total... I don't know anything about the personalities of the other two, but suffice to say that they probably do more than the other two, because the amount of fan art for the goth chick is insane. Also, spoiler, she marries a troll. In related news, in this universe, there are literal internet trolls who have a very complex society and in government, probably. This is mostly based around the fact that they have no real parental structure, but instead have a strange monster that looks after them. The trolls pull rank on each other based on the color of their blood, ranging from I don't know to I don't care. These trolls give the main character shit while trying to help them not fuck up the game this time like their parents did, and probably their grandparents the time before that, which means that they've actually fucked up twice. Everyone in this story is fucked up at least twice at this point. Much like everything else that the trolls do, they have a very complex system of dividing up their feelings for each other. I had this explained to me by one of the streamers on Vinesauce, Jin, once, but I totally forgot most of this information. This chart has love, hate, would fuck, wouldn't fuck, and leaves room for hate fuck and friend fucks. This is represented by the playing card suits. Anyways, some trolls are more important than others. I know that one drinks Fago and is a useless juggalo, one gets angry all the time, is called Kakarot, and is a total shitter, and another one has a huge horse cock. That last one may not be canon, but the amount of Homestuck smut that has mercilessly attacked my eye hole since it came out has left that image in my head for the rest of time. Every troll and some humans are identified with an astrological sign, which is separate from their name. Every troll also has a typing quirk, which involves a constant theme of them mangling text like an early 2000s elite hacksaw or anything that world-famous artist Raymond Pettibon has ever tried to tweet. Speaking of art, I'll give credit where credit is due. The art in this comic has gone from okay to amazing in a very short amount of time, relatively speaking. This is a webcomic, so a lot of experimentation can be done as far as the form, and demands for faster and faster content is insane. So when you sit back and actually look at the quality of the content over the amount of time they actually had to develop it, is actually really impressive to see what he was able to accomplish. I believe that these changes were possible due to the fact that Toby Fox was brought on and apparently locked in Andrew Hussey's basement while working non-stop on animated portions and several other parts of the webcomic. I have to assume that meetings between Andrew and Toby went something like this. Hey, Animation Gremlin. It's Toby, sire. Animation Gremlin, how's that huge fight scene going? It's almost complete. Oh, okay, well, can you change the purple machete to a green chainsaw? I feel like green chainsaws are really in with the kids right now. I'd have to reanimate the whole thing, sire. It could take days, weeks, or we need to get that fight up and out the door. Tumblr is getting really angry and drawing all sorts of weird porn to compensate for how much I'm blue-balling them right now. Well, how soon do you want it? Tomorrow at 3. I don't think it can be done. I have to redo all the tweening and come up with a new concept art for this chainsaw. I'm hearing a lot of excuses and not a lot of solutions. I'm sorry, sire. Just get it done. Sir, wait, I'm very hungry. Here's some spaghetti. I'll give you more once it's done. Thank you, sire. Get to work.
This is just gonna be me laughing at my own jokes, isn't it?
Asshole. I want to take a moment to point out the brilliance of Andrew Hussey knows exactly how he can get his audience to want more and more of his content. First, he announced that all fan trolls are canon, because why not? And then he decided to take that one step further during the Kickstarter of his Homestuck game that he promised to have 2 lucky backers who paid $10,000 each or more to have their troll character in the comic, which he kept his word on, and then within 2 panels destroyed them via a large explosion. Well played, Mr. Hussey. I bow down to your master level tomfuckery. Speaking of, the game is probably one of the things that I know the most about. This is primarily because one of my most popular videos, King's Quest, which has all the audio files broken to the point of hilarious results. So when the new King's Quest game came out by the developers The Odd Gentleman, I was sent tons and tons of messages on Tumblr and email about their shady dealings. Now, take this with a grain of salt because I don't know the full situation, nor do I know very much about video game development, but they were originally the devs of Hiveswap, which was the Homestuck game, but shit went south somehow. Whether this was from poor budgeting or underfunding is hard to say, but the entire blame for the lack of the Homestuck game up until this point has been completely thrust upon The Odd Gentleman, and claims of them taking the money and running with it
I still don't really know what
on
happened
Tumblr, which
here.
has now ended up in my inbox with several people asking me not to play the game because they, quote, took the money from Hiveswap and made a King's Quest game instead, which isn't the reason that I decided not to stream it. Actually, it's because I realized I
think that was
have to
supposed
play
to
the game
change
and it
to an
wouldn't
image
end up being
of
a
an old
clusterfuck of
person,
audio
but
like this.
He sees none. The harpies are Grayan, vicious creatures whom Grayan could never.
I'll take care of you,
One of the
Cedric.
Here are some
earliest
random things
videos
that I should mention, but
that
don't
were
know enough
great.
about to be able to explain them. Squiddies, these weird dragon things, this green guy who I think is the bad guy, and Sweet Rosella Jeff. Speaking of it keeps happening, I constantly fuck up the basic parts of the story in the series, and mainly because I just don't do any research on the subject. I just let the series write itself based
That's
on
the
wild
point of
assumptions
the
and
series.
the osmosis of the zeitgeist that is around it. Sort of how I wrote every paper for school. To fill in any remaining gaps, I asked the 2 people that I know who have actually read the entire thing,
Yeah.
Mental Jin and I'm a Cooney, both streamers on Vinesauce with me and a bunch of other jackasses, to tell me something they know about. They both have fan trolls, so they know what they're talking about. I'm not going to give them a lot of time to explain this because why would I ever want to actually look into what I'm doing? Why would I ever want to know anything about the subject I'm talking about? I just let words come out of my mouth until it seems like it's appropriate to stop. Here's their response based on the limited amount of time that I actually spent asking them questions about Homestuck. I decided to do this in the only way that seems fitting for a Homestuck video, and that is a long, lengthy conversation via an IRC chat. In this case, I decided to use Discord
Oh,
instead.
that is an old-ass logo for Discord. Light mode. Yeah, I use dark mode now. It's Dave K. I like that was like one of the first things. Is Fago an aspect? This music's good. Where the hell did I get this track? Why don't I have access to this track still? This one fucking rocks. I still use this picture. Well, actually, the one I use now is the same one, but it's got like the old school glasses on. I'm probably gonna get a copyright strike for it, but I own so it's fine. Yeah, that was some real fan art. I knew about that. Me highlighting the weird bit about incest and juggalos. There you go. Now I know those things, although I'm recording this in advance so they won't be in the video. Hey, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what I got right. Alright, that was pretty good. I actually got a lot of that right. Alright, Undertale. I forgot I did an Undertale one. My family's from Texas. I grew up watching a lot of football. Okay, so this immediately is wrong, apparently. There are more states with, like, at least 2 football teams.
For those of you that aren't from Texas, understand that Texas is the only state in the United States with 2 National Football League teams.
That is
in the
wrong.
1990s, the Dallas Cowboys were actually kind of good, so rooting for the home team was pretty easy.
I love
would sit
that
on the
game.
couch with my dad and my brother, and we would watch football all day, all Sunday. The only problem was that I had no idea what the hell was happening. Well, sort of. Well enough to know that I could pretend I knew what was happening. The truth is, I really couldn't give a shit. I had video games to play, but the TV was being used, so I'd wait until the game was over. This allowed me to learn the art of knowing just enough that no one knows that I don't know what I'm talking about. So
This
that's
is
what
the
this
first
video
one I
is, and
did
why I
of this
explain
style.
what I know about football. Undertale is a game about going through the underworld for some reason or other, and you're given a choice to either fight things or hug. And what is the plot beyond that? No idea. Who's the big bad? Probably you. Frisk is the main character. What is it? Probably
Sort
human.
of.
Definitely a child. That's all I know. The Skeleton Bros appear to be based on fonts that should be dead but keep getting resurrected, like the skeletons that they are. They both seem to belong outside of the game's mechanics. Sans, based on the Comic Sans font that people use when they want to be fun or creative or bootleg something, can read your game save and give you
That
shit for
shit's
your
no longer
choices.
available.
Conversely, Papyrus doesn't seem to give a shit at
That
all.
store
and
is no
seems to be
longer
only
there.
used by people who want to seem cultured or ancient. Seriously, this is the font that some store in town uses. Aside from that, Sans appears to be boning Toril, and I guess he's just filled with dad jokes because that's the only thing I ever see him
Think
doing
that's
is
true.
fucking with people and making dad jokes. Papyrus seems to be some sort of spaghetti skeleton, and
That's
Sans' little brother, normally depicted as being a dork. But everyone seems to ignore the fact that he's completely outside of time and space, and physics has very little to do with him. He moves outside of the normal character plane that you would expect in a JRPG-style game. Toril is the one that I hear most about. Goat Mom. Seriously, I cannot get away from this character. There are 2 types of people. The people that saw Toril and saw her as a mom, and they called their mom, and they told them how much they loved them and how much they cared. And then there were the people that are fucking weird in the head and saw her as a MILF. Don't do that. Asgore is the king goat who isn't banging Goat Mom anymore and seems to be his one and only character trait. So moving on. Megatron is basically some sort of robot David Bowie, and the only way to fight him appears to be a dance-off. Gaston? Who's Gaston? No one fucking cares. The flowers in this game seem to only exist for the sake of anthophobia. Napster appears to be some sort of ghost, which
God,
would make sense because
just
Lars
fucking
got
with
so
people
pissed
by
that I don't think
almost
there's
getting the
anything
names
left
right.
of Napster anymore. And let's not forget about Muffet, who you could pay to fuck off, which would be great if I could do it in my real life and just pay people to fuck off. I'd be more broke than I already am.
That
Round this
joke
all
is
off.
so
Let's talk
much
about the
better
dogs.
now.
Greater dogs, lesser dogs, all kinds
Also,
of dogs. This must be
I
a
like
good
that
game
I
'cause it's
like
got dogs
ran
in
out
it.
of
Lots
ink
of dogs. That you
and I
can
couldn't
pet
get
at any
new
time, just for the
ink,
sake
and I
of
was
them being
like,
there.
I
So
just
pet them
have
a
to roll
lot.
with
How many
this.
things did I get right? How many things did I get wrong? Probably more wrong than right, but if it
Wow, wonderful. I want to save the Warhammer one for last, but that one was pretty good too. So I've watched all of
JoJo's
JoJo
Bizarre
now.
Adventure is about people named JoJo posing and not fighting.
Pretty much.
All right, cool. We're done. Hey, thank you all for watching. Let me know how I did, and also let me know if you have any ideas for any future episodes. I'm always looking for new stuff. Okay, well, I honestly know a little bit more about JoJo, but that's honestly not a bad description. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is a series that follows the Joestar family, who name all their family members with chronic main character face some variant of the name Joe. Each
Yep.
season follows one specific family member as they go on a
This
crazy
apparently
adventure,
is from a unofficial dating sim. I thought it was actual like art. And someone got real mad at me for using it. I did not know that.
As the series continue to be called JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I tried to watch Stardust Crusaders because that's apparently where it gets good, but apparently
A lot of people got mad at this bit.
you have to watch all the other 16 seasons or whatever that no one cares about just for context. Fuck that, I'm just going to watch the good one. So what I'm saying is that most of this video is going to be what I gather from half paying attention to Stardust Crusaders. One other thing I should mention before I get into the meat of this is that other characters in the series that are deemed important are given the names of mostly 80s bands. For example, Oingo and Boingo are named after Danny Elfman's band. Anyway, JoJo shows up with his friend... I'm gonna go with Metallica to figure out why his grandson is such a piece of shit. Turns out that JoJo has been in
I knew
prison
that was
for being
wrong,
an
but I
asshole and
was
doesn't
like,
feel like
whatever.
stopping and refuses to leave his jail cell, even when he's told that he's free to go. Metallica goes and tells him that it's not a ghost that's haunting him, it's actually a thing called a stand. Stands are basically a spirit that help you do things. Metallica stands a Blaziken, and he uses it to piss off his friend's grandson, who just found out that his stand is a buff purple guy. JoJo eventually goes with Metallica, who takes him home. And by the way, JoJo is 17 but fucking ripped. In fact, you can tell if someone is a main character by the fact that they will indeed have a main character face, but will also be way buffer than necessary. Anyway, they go home, and JoJo says what has to be one of the best things ever to his mom.
Why are you such an annoying bitch?
Which is absolutely hilarious and further character development that JoJo is a sack of shit. Some more shit happens that I don't
Yep.
really care about, and then Grandpa Joe gets everyone together at a Starbucks to explain what's happening. At this point in the story, I realize that JoJo is not only an asshole, but he's also probably brain dead. Old Prosecutor Joe unleashes a huge exposition dump on his entire family, which is great for me because I haven't seen the rest of the series, but the entire time I'm waiting for JoJo to say anything, but he just sits there and accepts every...
Apparently in this he does like actually respond, but I just forgot. everything that he's saying. Me and Metallica here are friends, and he helped me train to use my stand. Fine. My stand is the ability to punch cameras in order to get naked pictures of our family. Sure. This guy isn't in our family, but here's a picture of him. Okay. He is actually a vampire named Dio, right? He cut off your great-grandfather's head, then he put his own head on your great-grandfather's body.
That was the wrong
All of
JoJo.
us in the Joestar family have a star-shaped birthmark. Checks out. We have to go kick Dio's ass. All right. He's in Egypt. I'm not going to really explain how we know that shit, but we gotta go. Works for me. This would have been a great time for him to say, hey, Grandpa, I have a question.
Why are you such an annoying bitch?
But no, he's just like, all right, whatever, I gotta go to school now. And then he just goes to school, and apparently all it takes to be popular with girls in this universe is to be a 30-year-old, 17-year-old. But he doesn't have time in his busy Yank schedule to have a girl. Instead, he's gotta hang out with this buff purple dude. Some rose dude detects him at school, and it turns out that he's just possessed or something. And then Jojo's mom gets possessed or whatever by Dio, but he's still in Egypt. But then it's at this point that Jojo finally decides that it might be worth getting on with the plot. Metallica gives Jojo a random tarot
I like
card
that
and
I had
explains
to
this is
draw,
how they name
like,
stands, which seems really
tasteful
suspicious to me because I
nudes
know that
of
Dio
Dio
stands
in order
called
to
the
make
world.
this
So now we
video.
know a few things about Metallica. He helped train Gramps to take naked pictures of his own family. He helped name the main villain's attacks, so they were buddy-buddy at some point, and lastly he wants to train the main protagonist. And again, Jojo is completely unquestioning of any of this. They hop on a plane and I officially check out. This is probably where it gets good, but I just honestly couldn't give a fuck. They get to Egypt and then they meet French Guile. I have no idea what his stand is, but I know he has
Apparently
one.
it's
He
the
also
other
likes
way
a toilet
around.
seat, and I assume there is context for this, but I don't care. French Guile has a dog whose name is Iggy, and holy fuck, oh, that face, Jesus! Oh god,
Yeah, I
Jesus,
still don't
no.
like him.
As you can probably tell, Iggy isn't just a normal dog. Iggy also has a stand, and it's called dying. There's also one guy who has a stand that's just a gun. It's just a gun. I understand feeling left out and all, but having a gun really isn't the same thing as having Blaziken or New
That's
Family
my
Photos
favorite
or
joke
whatever
from
the fuck
these, I
this
think.
is. It's a gun. The Rose Dude comes back and gets more character development in the form of eating cherries, which I guess is his thing, but is really fucking weird. They fuck around in the desert for a while, and I guess they eventually figure out where Dio is and defeat him. This is only a guess, because I know that Jojo lives long enough to have a daughter, which he frames for a crime because he hasn't grown out of being an asshole
forgot
yet.
about
With nothing else to do, I assume that this is the next season, because with Dio dead,
It's
there's nothing
not.
else for her to do other than to fuck around in jail. Hey,
And
thank you
it's
so
not
much.
her
I
his
want to know how
daughter?
close I got.
It's his granddaughter? Mostly right. Okay, mostly right. So I didn't watch any more Sword Art. I'm not going to. I didn't watch any more My Little Pony. I don't think I watched any My Little Pony. It's his daughter. I thought, no, right, because, what's his name? The next season is with Grandpa Joe's bastard son, right? I've watched the handful of episodes for Sword Art Online that I used to make this video, and that's it. It was shit. I know well enough that it's fine. It's bad. Like, sure. If you enjoy it, that's fine. You, like, whatever makes you happy, man. All right, last one, Warhammer, and there's this one bit that I know is gonna fucking hurt, but we gotta watch it, okay?
Let me start with a story. I went to community college for a while, and one semester I had a lunch break between my classes. Now, every now and then I would buy lunch at school, and it was a very health-conscious campus because this is Austin. Austin is filled with hippies. I would get some weird rice, black bean, spinach burrito minus the black.
I had chicken rice tacos today, which was just, I made rice. I put the rice on a tortilla. I put the chicken on the rice. I put cheese on the chicken. I put hot sauce on the cheese. Ate it. It's food. It tasted great. It's filler for people who don't want to like make veggies to put in their. What's the point of tortilla? Hold it. What kind of rice? Just regular white rice, like this.
Beans because that stuff tastes like the underside of a shoe. It was okay, but it was even better if you heated it up in the community microwave, which is as hygienic as it sounds, and in retrospect was a really bad idea. I bring this all up because one day I was running late and I needed to have a quick meal. I rushed over to the microwave right as someone slipped in front of me with their food. This would have just been a minor annoyance, not worthy of remembering if it hadn't been for what he said, and I quote, "The machine spirit of this microwave is angry," and then he proceeded to tell me in length about the machine spirit and the lore of Warhammer 40k. This brings me to the first rule of Warhammer, which is that people who like it are insane and will spend any amount of time out of their day to explain the lore to you. This is
Guys, do you think that's right? Who's the machine spirit? Machines, electronics have a spirit in them that you can pray to, and it's like that's the bit that I knew was gonna hurt. I know I've become that guy. I know. I knew when I was gonna do this that I'm like, fucking High Lord of Terra. Boom. Every fucking day.
Insatiable need to explain every little bit of their hobby makes them almost at the same level as hipster metalheads who get into subgenres of subgenres and only like bands until.
Even a small army of 500 points will cost you $200 to $300. That's not accurate. Not at all. No. With the combat patrol boxes, you can get that for like $60, something like that. No.
They become mainstream. This wasn't my first experience with Warhammer. I was a nerd growing up and went to a lot of LAN parties. At one of these LAN parties, we played Dawn of War, which is my favorite RTS to this day, purely for the reason that it has giant demon robot crab.
I wish I could find a fucking Defiler. It's such a cool model, but everyone's like, that's my like hobby project for COVID.
After a few hours of playing and being only kept awake by an unholy amount of energy drinks, I asked what the plot of the game was from someone who had played the miniatures game. It was at this time that he also explained some other sci-fi stories that he liked in order to compare and contrast the plot lines. In the year 40,000, everyone hates each other. Literally everyone hates each other, even people who are on the same side hate each other purely for the reason that they don't hate each other right. Mankind, mainly represented by the Space Marines, completely forgot where they left Earth, and now they just go around fucking...
That's 100% wrong. Holy Terra is, they know where it is. I don't know where the fuck I got that. I don't know what the fuck that is. Like, they know where it is. It's the soul system.
Things up because the spice must flow. Now, you...
that was me fucking with people.
You may think that humans are the good guys in this, and this brings me to rule 3. Everyone in this universe is an asshole. With demon worshippers and the like, you'd think that the guys that aren't worshipping Space Satan are the good guys, but no, I can say that confidently because of a thing called the Penance Engine, which is more...
They're not as good as they used to be in Sister's List. As an aside, the Mortifier might be better. It's the same kit. But yeah, this is like, what the fuck? I mean, you guys saw, I was playing Necromunda earlier, and they have guys just strapped to doors, and you punch them, and you're like, open this door. The fuck?
Or accurately defined as the fuck you didn't love the king enough, so we decided to torture your soul engine. If there's any good guy in this universe, I'm not aware of them. Who are they fighting? Well, that brings us to rule number 4. Any fantasy creature followed by the phrase in space is probably a good description of some creature in this universe. There are the Eldar that are space elves with no other defining features than the massive stick that they have stuck up their ass.
That is true.
Orcs that are more accurately described as space orcs. The chaos space.
They were originally called space orcs at one point. Tower not good. They like indoctrinate people, and they destroy people's brains in order to like they mind control people. They're not good people. Tower bad.
Space Marines or Space Demons, who are my favorite because if you're going to be an asshole in space, you might as well worship Space Satan. And the Necron that are space zombies with the prime directive exterminate the whole human race. This all
random Misfits reference.
All came together in the plot of Dawn of War, which went something like this.
Okay, this I knew was wrong. I literally went and found the Firefly because I was like, this is going to piss people off if I use the wrong ship. Because understanding what the actual correct ship was? No, fuck that. Pingal.
Sir, it appears there's heresy going down on that planet.
Heresy? Let's go fuck them up!
It's too late. You can't stop me. I'm going to summon Space Satan because that's fucking metal.
space human, I must speak to you about an incredible space threat that is happening in space. You see, an ancient space evil has awoken and is coming to destroy us all in space. If something isn't done soon, we will all be space
audio
doomed.
balance, yeah.
The Codex Astari says to shut up now.
That's a flamer. That's a flamer pistol.
Hey, thank you for watching. Please leave me a comment and let me know what I got right and what I...
So after having watched all of these things, the answer to how much of these did I get right is most of it, but it's like such a like weird hodgepodge of bullshit that I knew. You know? You're such a nerd. No, someone mentioned it as well. Was that you putting FL Studio Hardcore plug on? Probably. Like, you could tell a lot of these were like FL Studio shit. Rev's a nerd. Hey, man. The nice man left you a comment. Yeah. So you only picked up Warhammer the last couple of years? Yeah, I started in early 8th edition. And, look at this thing I made. Here, let me make the camera bigger. Look at this. I made this. It's like a $300 model that I made for cheaper because I'm not paying that. I forget how much a kill tank, a kill burster tank is. Where's the screen region? There it is. All right, here, hold up. God, I look like an insane person. Look at my eyes, man. What is going on? Anyway, look at this. I made this. It's really dark in here. Look at this thing I made. Yeah. It was much cheaper. I'm going to put this back without breaking it. And I got like my squig off there, and I got another kill tank, and I got another kill tank, and then up there I've got a plane. See it? That's my burner bomber. That thing's bullshit. I love it. This is my most recent thing I bought and made. It's nice. Look at him. Beep, beep. Boop, boop. I'm a fucking nerd, guys. Anyway, that was... Is that a jet engine on the front? Yeah, it's a downed plane. That's essentially what the premise for that vehicle is. Where is the... Is it this? No, that's not it. What the fuck? What? Okay, that's chat. And then... Where? Display cap? Ah, there we go. Alright, I'm just gonna put myself back in the hot tub. There we go. Okay, cool. That's a nice little, trip down memory lane. Back when I put a hell of a lot more work in some of these videos. Like, holy shit, dude. What was that image? It was... Here, it's businessman, but he's sitting in a baby bumper car thing. You know? It's a good picture. You like it? Other way. You like it? He's down there somewhere. I edited that together. I don't remember like specifically why. Hot tub stream now? Just for a moment, you know. Invite him into the hot tub. Okay, cool. See, now he's in the hot tub. I just scooted him over. Boss baby. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, let me know. If you didn't, let me know. If you have any ideas for any more I don't know anything about, let me know. How are you going to do follow-up videos for these? Maybe. Yeah. I don't know anything about Genshin Impact, Digimon, Isaac. I mean, I'm playing Isaac now. I feel like I know enough about Metal Gear that I won't get it wrong. I don't know anything about Dream SMP. there's no way there's enough content there. They don't have enough plot. I've played Danganronpa. I mean, I would say that this is pretty much the follow-up video on these. Naruto? Battletech? Dude, Battletech fucking kicked ass, dude. Dark Souls? No one knows what the fuck that's about. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to go and go. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Kingdom Hearts. Ooh, that might be worth doing.